Hello everyone, today I will tell you about 6 free games that you can play right now. Links to their pages and Steam I left in the description. All information was taken from Wikipedia and additional sources. Also, if you would like to support my channel, please subscribe and leave a like under this video so that I continue to create quality content for you. Enjoy watching.
Terra Nil is a reverse city builder about ecosystem reconstruction. Turn a barren wasteland into an ecological paradise, complete with different flora and fauna. Then clean up, leaving the environment pristine. Subverting the builder genre, Terra Nil is about the restoration of a ravaged environment. Begin with the water system, slowly purify the soil, and cultivate pioneer greenery. Embark on more ambitious tasks, restore biodiversity, fix the climate, introduce wildlife, and finally recycle all the structures you used to get there, leaving the environment pristine. Unique, procedurally generated maps. Each region of the game has its own flavor and procedural generation palette. Yet even within a region, no two playthroughs will be the same. Picturesque landscapes, navigate sprawling, verdant, hand-painted environments, where everything but the rocks move and breathe. A meditative soundtrack and stunning audio palette will accompany your efforts.
Anger Foot is a very unusual first-person shooter, where players will be able to destroy enemies not only with firearms, but also with their own feet. The events of the game take place in a crazy criminal shit city, filled with different bandits and monsters. Having laced up his fearsome sneakers, picked up weapons and turned on the hardbass, the protagonist in the form of a player decides to clear the city of this disease. Kicking an Anger Foot is the best option. It destroys enemies with a single blow and throws projectiles like doors and explosive barrels away. Your foot also doesn't rely on ammunition to work. Although the game is short, with only 10 encounter levels, the real challenge is to try to beat your old times and scores. Each level can be replayed, and players can post their best scores. There isn't much variety in the types of enemies you can face in Anger Foot. They are strange two-legged animal archetypes dressed in street clothes such as hoodies and jeans. Some will shoot at you with machine guns or pistols, which you can later pick up from their bodies, while others will attack you with a baseball bat or a pipe. Although the number of attacks is limited to 2, the pace of the game is so high that it is enough to keep you engaged. It's a pretty short game, with only a few levels available, but you can keep retrying to get higher scores each time. World War III is a free-to-play first-person shooter developed by the Farm 51 and published by Wishlist Games and the Four Winds Entertainment, for Microsoft Windows. World War III is solely multiplayer and does not feature a single-player campaign. It features real-world locations of Warsaw, Berlin, Moscow, Smolensk and Polyerny. The locations have been extensively revamped since the early access release on October 19, 2018. The full version followed on December 10, 2022. World War III is a modern military first-person shooter set in the global conflict of a catastrophic future. Described as a more hardcore battlefield in 2018, in June 2020 the developer The Farm 51 planned a revamp and relaunch together with the Russian publisher My. Games, and co-publisher The Four Winds Entertainment joined in 2021. In 2021 the game seemed to be moving away from the hardcore. The developer commented that World War III aims for as much realism as possible without compromising gameplay. One of our goals with World War III is to offer realistic simulations with an altogether enjoyable experience. We call this playable realism. The game features an advanced ballistics system, full body awareness, vehicle physics, and extensive customization.
Crowds is a free-to-play, team-based, massive multiplayer shooter, where mercenaries engage in all-out warfare to secure sought-after meteorite resources for powerful nations. Conquer the battlefield by air, land, and sea. In this realistic and strategic twist on the squad shooter genre, Crowds is a multiplayer game in which players take on the role of Crow, a mercenary. As a hired soldier for one of the great nations, players must either compete and complete objectives as part of a squad, or face big battles between factions in contested territory in order to survive. A mercenary squad is dispatched to the mission of securing Q-on in an open-world map. However, they are not the only ones who is looking for resources. They must overcome various deadly factors, conflicts with other hired soldiers, devastating environment with fallen meteorites, and side effects of forbidden drugs, and cooperation will be the key to completing the mission. Crowds, hired by powerful nations, is to be formed in a large troop and secure the queue on extraction sites in the fields of conflict. Although seen as cold-hearted, these merciless soldiers thirsting for coins are divided into two factions and engage in a massive battlefield to obtain the resources.
Work together or betray each other. Unlock upgrades throughout the lobby. Survive a 4-day expedition to reach the final boss. Multiplayer 3D platformer with a touch of roguelike and battle royale. I didn't find more info about this game, so just check out the gameplay.
The Sims 4 is a social simulation game developed by Maxis and published by Electronic Arts. It is the fourth major title in the Sims series, and is the sequel to The Sims 3 2009. Like previous titles in the series, The Sims 4 allows players to create and dress characters called Sims, build and furnish houses for them, and simulate their everyday lives. The game introduces a newly developed custom game engine, with improved character creation and house building tools, as well as deeper in-game simulation with a new emotion and personality systems for Sims. Development of The Sims 4 began as an online multiplayer title, but plans were shifted to a single-player experience following the negative launch reception of Maxis Sim City in 2013. In the months leading up to the game's release, Maxis revealed that several features present in prior The Sims main titles would be omitted at launch. Citing insufficient development time and technical complexity, this was received negatively by players. The Sims 4 received mixed reviews from critics upon its initial release, who praised the game's visual design, improved AI simulation for Sims, and the simplified building tools, but criticized the lack of content compared to prior The Sims titles, frequent loading screens, and missing features. The Sims 4 is a social simulation game similar to preceding titles in the series. There is no primary objective or goal to achieve, and instead of fulfilling objectives, the player is encouraged to make choices and engage fully in an interactive environment. The focus of the game is in the simulated lives of virtual people called Sims, and the player is responsible for directing their actions, attending to their needs, and helping them attain their desires. Though not mandatory, objective-based gameplay is available if the player desires, with each Sim having lifelong aspirations and wants and fierce personal goals that are generated based on current gameplay. Simoleons are the unit of currency used in the game, and Sims communicate in a fictional language called Simlish. Sims have 6 needs: hunger, bladder, hygiene, social, fun, and energy. These needs are drained as the Sim progresses through an in-game day and are refilled by various household items and furniture. Sims primarily make money by getting a job or selling crafted items such as paintings and garden produce, and Sims need to develop skills for jobs and crafting items. For example, Sims in the culinary career track need to be proficient in the cooking skill. The game includes a comprehensive list of cheats, such as infinite money and hidden gameplay options. Paid downloadable content and DLC packs expand the number of features, objects, worlds, and gameplay options available to play with. The OS X and Windows versions of The Sims 4 include extensive modding support, as in previous main The Sims games. There are 2 types of player-developed mod content: script mods and custom content. Script mods typically modify gameplay behavior or add gameplay mechanics. Custom content encompasses cosmetic items, including custom hairstyles, makeup, clothing, and furniture.
Thanks for watching. I would be pleased if you will watch my other videos and just subscribe my channel.